All right, today we're going to dive into a really powerful new idea for how we can build AI that's safer and way more reliable. It all comes from this paper on something called semantic governance.
So you've seen this, right? I mean, we all have. AI is getting smarter like every single day, but it keeps making these really strange, kind of baffling mistakes. So what is actually going on here?
Yeah, you know the list. We're talking about things like hallucination, where the AI just straight up makes stuff up, or goal drift, where it just wanders off and does its own thing. The paper we're looking at argues that these aren't just little bugs we can squash. No, they're symptoms of a much, much deeper problem. Think of them like cracks showing up in the foundation of a house. So, what's the real diagnosis here? Well, the core argument of this paper is that we've all been looking in completely the wrong place. The problem isn't the AI's behavior. It's not about what it does. The real crucial flaw is in its architecture, in how we're actually building these things from the ground up.
Let's break this down. The common view, what most people think, is that these alignment failures are just bugs in the model's behavior. Something to be patched. But the architectural view says, nope, you're missing the point. The failures are actually flaws in the system's architecture. It's kind of like this. The common view is trying to fix a leaky pipe with duct tape. The architectural view is saying the entire plumbing system for the building was designed wrong from the start. And this core flaw has a name, the container problem. Here's the deal. Right now, we basically stuff an AI's goals and purpose into these containers, things like a prompt or a training data set. The meaning of what we want isn't explicit. It's just kind of implied, trapped inside. And just like a message in a bottle that gets blurry and waterlogged, that meaning gets degraded and lost. Okay, this image really nails the key insight. On the left, you've got the old way, the container-centric system. See how the meaning is trapped in all these different places? It's locked down and there's no clear way for the system to understand its actual purpose. But now, look at the right side, the idea-native architecture. It's a total game changer. Here, the goal is right in the center. The purpose flows outward through this clean, clear structure. This means the AI isn't guessing. It's inheriting its purpose directly. So yeah, we're hitting a ceiling. And this fundamental architectural problem is exactly why. It explains why all our current tools for trying to align AI they just aren't cutting it.
And this is just a perfect illustration of that failure mode. All our current approaches, think prompt engineering, RLHF, guardrails, they're all trying to control what the system does. They're like fences built around the AI, trying to contain it from the outside. But they do nothing to govern why the AI does what it does. They're just managing behavior, not engineering its actual purpose.
So, okay, if our current tools are basically just band-aids, what's the real cure for this deep architectural problem? What's the actual solution? This brings us to a new blueprint for meaning. The paper's answer is a totally new way of thinking. It's an approach called semantic governance. And it's all about governing intent, about architecting an AI's purpose right from the very beginning. So what exactly is semantic governance? Well, think of it as a new architectural approach, where an AI's goals, rules, and all its constraints are treated as their own explicit things, first-class objects. The really crucial piece here is that they're kept completely separate from the AI models that do the heavy lifting. It's a clean separation of what matters and why from how to get it done. And this is what that blueprint looks like in practice. It's called the semantic governance stack. You've got 3 layers. At the very top, you have the meaning layer. This is where we define what matters and why. This is the soul of the machine, right? Then in the middle, you have the optimization layer. This is where the powerful AI models live, and their job is to figure out how to achieve it. And finally, the execution layer at the bottom actually does the thing. See how the purpose flows down from the top? The AI isn't guessing anymore. It inherits its purpose directly. And here's a fantastic, concrete example of how this works. Because we can define the relationships between different goals, the system gets a clear, computable rulebook. So, for example, the AI knows, it doesn't have to guess, that a safety goal always overrides a core purpose goal if there's a conflict. That priority isn't just a suggestion in a prompt. It is literally hardwired into the system's design.
Okay, so why does this change everything? Well, this isn't just a small tweak, it's a fundamental shift. We're moving away from constantly trying to control unpredictable behavior and moving towards a world where we can actually audit an AI's purpose directly.
And this new architecture gives rise to something the paper calls semantic agency. Now, hold on. This is not about AI becoming conscious or having feelings. Let's be really clear. It's an engineering term. It just means the AI has the ability to act within a clear, inspectable structure of meaning. It knows the rules and it follows them, because the rules are literally the foundation it's built on. This table just lays it out so clearly. The old way? We audit behavior. We look at what the AI did and ask, does the output look okay? And all that proves is that the AI happened to be aligned for that one specific task. It's pure luck. But the new way? We audit intent. We look at the actual goal structure and ask, is what it did consistent with its declared purpose? And this proves something so much more powerful, that the AI is designed to stay aligned. And what's the payoff for all this? Well, it's a real, genuine foundation for trust. We get inspectable alignment because we can actually audit the AI's purpose, not just its outputs. We get bounded delegation, which means we can grant autonomy, but within clear, structurally enforced limits. And all of this builds towards trustworthy autonomy, systems that can learn and adapt to new situations, but stay anchored to their original intent. And the paper leaves us with this incredible quote that just perfectly sums up the whole idea. Trust becomes a function of governance quality rather than model mystique. Let that sink in. We're moving away from just hoping the magic black box does the right thing. Instead, trust comes from the quality and the transparency of the systems we design. Which really brings us to the final, thought-provoking question at the heart of all this. Maybe we should stop trying to control an AI's behavior after the fact and start architecting its purpose from the very beginning.